Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe, and if you're new here, I read a lot of books. So that is why I have decided that every Sunday you're going to get a book related video coming at you. So I thought I'd kick it off with my favourite books of 2023. These are 6 books that I rated 5 stars that I absolutely love, and I cannot wait to tell you about them. I'm like, do we do this in the order or... So the very first book that I rated 5 stars this year was The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. Now, if you have not heard about this series, I beg you please go read it. It is a romance series called The Dreamland Billionaires. I'll grab it up for you because I got it right here. So there is 3 books in the series: The Fine Print, Terms and Conditions, and The Final Offer. Now, I read The Fine Print and Terms and Conditions in 2021. Absolutely loved them. Gave them both 4 stars. Highly recommend that you read these because obviously these ones give a lot of context and explain who the main character is in this book. Pretty much, the Dreamland Billionaire series is about 3 billionaires, and their names are a good question: Rowan, Declan, and Cal. Cal Callahan is the youngest brother, I believe, and he has been struggling with addiction for most of his life. So this book centers around him and his childhood sweetheart, Alana. They had a childhood romance, so, and then something happened where, you know, they grew apart, they broke up. I think, I can't even remember why, but I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah, this book is the final book in that series. Of course, it is 5 stars. It is the first 5-star I read, and I think I read it in like February. So this book, guys, I highly recommend that you read this series because I absolutely devoured this book. I was eating this up. And the town that it's set in is the same town that the Love Redesign series is set in. And then you get to see some of him and the brothers in that series, and Lauren Asher's brain. Yeah. But that one's I highly recommend it. If you haven't read it, read it. Read that series. It's such a cute little romance series as well. Good trilogy. Then the second book that I rated a 5-star, again, is another romance, and it is Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. Now this is a duology, and the first book is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I love this book. I gave this book a 4 stars again. Loved it. Was not expecting to get a 5-star out of a duology, but let me tell you, something about this trope, something about this really got to me. I cried. That's my number 1 criteria. If I cry in a book, 5 stars immediately. As if her words on trees, ink on trees, can make me cry. Well, it's an automatic 5-star. So this series is about, how do I explain this? The setting of this is in a vineyard, so it's really such a cute setting. It is about, the first one's about Hallie and Julian, and that, so cute, but that's not what we're talking about. So that's about Hallie and Julian, and then how this is connected is this is Julian's sister. So this is about Natalie and August, and Natalie's kind of like a wine connoisseur. Her family owns a vineyard, all that stuff, and then August is an aspiring vineyarder. That sounds wrong, but he's an aspiring one, and they butt heads all the time, and then, you know, something happens where they have to fake it until they make it, and boy do they make it. Highly recommend. Loved it. Ate it up, honestly. The next book, I don't think it even needs an introduction, but now, if you have not seen this book all over your Instagram, your YouTube, your For You page, your anywhere, have you been living under a rock? Because this book, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. It is a 10-star book. Absolutely loved it. I literally, as soon as I finished this, wanted to reread it. Did not want to read anything else but this again. That's how you know it's a good damn book. I love this book. Highly, highly recommend. I would give it out to you. I freaking love this book. I can't wait to reread it. I literally cannot wait. That brings me on to my next book, which yes, in 2023 I did read the ahhh series. About damn time I did it. But this is the second book in the series. So the first book is A Court of Thorns and Roses, this is A Court of Mist and Fury, and then there's 3 other books, well 2 books and 1 novella that's in between. And this book, you guys, you don't understand. You don't understand, because once you read the first book you're like, not really living up to the hype, but when you get to this book, freaking, oh my god. The character development, the angst, the tension, everything about this book just screamed oh my god. ahhh is pretty much a fantasy series, and it's based on this girl named Feyre, and she accidentally kills one of the Fae, and then they take her to her world as payment for killing the Fae, and then things go on from there, and that's all I'm saying because I do not want to spoil it. So yeah, again, I cried in this book. Need I say more? Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid was probably the most surprising book that I've ever rated 5 stars, because first of all, it's literary fiction, not really any romance, there's like a small subplot. So this really surprised me that I was literally bawling my eyes out throughout this whole book. I was connecting to her so much. I freaking loved the way it was portrayed. So pretty much Carrie Soto is a tennis player, a world famous tennis player, and she's retired, but she had the most Grand Slams, I think. She had like a world record of Grand Slams. 6 years after she's retired, one of the younger players is like almost on par with her world record, or is about to beat it, so then she decides to re-enter the tennis world. It's just her journey, and then you get to explore her childhood, how things came to be, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend this. Highly, especially any Taylor Jenkins Reid books, but this one specifically, I really enjoyed, and I was not expecting to enjoy it so much. Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. If you have not heard about Magnolia Parks and that universe and that series by Jessa Hastings, where have you been? Because it is all anyone that I watch and I see talk about, and I wanted to know the hype. Honestly, didn't get the hype. Not in the first book. I could see it in the second book. Third book was when I understand it, but the fourth book, the ending? Miss Girl cannot leave me like that. Left me, jaw on the floor, crying. Are you kidding? Why would you do that to me? Why would you just rip my heart out and stomp on it instead? That'd be way easier. Heartbreak. Absolutely loved it though. And the cover is so beautiful. So pretty much this series is about I think they're British elites of the world, and everyone's involved in their drama. They're very high up, they're very big celebrities, but like celebrities in the sense of like Kim Kardashian. Picture that drama but British, and the interweb of their relationships and everything. So it's obviously, how she's written it is basically there's Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates, and they're like the 2 main girl characters, and then Magnolia Parks, it's her and BJ that's what their point of views, and then Daisy Hates is Daisy, Christian, and then Julian, who is Daisy's brother, and so you get their point of views as well in those books. And then pretty much just like Magnolia Parks and Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home is like a series, and then Daisy Hates and the Great Undoing is a series. But the way you have to read them is you have to read the Magnolia Parks, Daisy Hates, Magnolia Parks, Long Way Home, Daisy Hates, the Great Undoing, because of the timeline. And it's like you get to see the same time in a different character's perspective, and it's so cool. And her brain, don't understand her brain. But yeah, highly recommend giving the series a go. I will say there is a lot of trigger warnings that you should probably look up, and also it's a very toxic relationship, I'll say that much. So yeah, those are my favorite books of 2023. Hope you enjoyed me very badly explaining did I even explain what that was about? Yeah, I did. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed me very badly explaining what these books are about, why they're my favourite, kind of, not really, I don't know, I just wanted to tell you what they were. And if I gave you any recommendation, let me know. And if you have any recommendations for me, let me know, because I do have a lot on my TBR, but that will not stop me. That will not stop me. Especially fantasies. I'm definitely in my fantasy era. But yeah, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!